All right, so today I thought, you know what? I've not ever recorded a studio tour. I've been in this building for over 12 years. So let's do a studio tour, shall we? Come with me. So, we're going to start where anyone would start, coming in the front door. All right. So a friend of mine put our logo on the front door. You walk in, everything's usually destroyed, so there's always stuff going on. Banners from post shoots that we've done. Magazines. I put out a monthly magazine of my own work, and of course it's been cosplay themed mostly. And then you'll see all the equipment that I used to use, which is all nice and tucked away in this old case. So lots of memories. One of my first street portraits I did in 2009 in Washington, D.C. And all this lovely stuff here. And then one of the most impressive things that people really love to see in the studio is I've nicknamed him Henry. This plant, to give you an idea of scale, my ceilings are 13 feet. So this plant is massive. It is close to 50 years old. And also I've got some ornamental peppers growing over here. And then back here is the last of two of the pepper plants that I started growing in 2019. So yeah, I've had this plant alive for 5 years. This is a that is actually a Carolina Reaper plant that I've had alive all this time. I used to have another YouTube channel where I did hot and spicy challenges. That was another life. So studio space, main space. So we've got one backdrop bar there, a backdrop bar there. This is actually a mobile wall that I made that's made out of 2-inch foam and barn hinges. I do have to flip the barn hinges over. I accidentally installed them upside down, so they won't fold flat. So I got to fix that. We've got what? 9-foot, 10-foot tall mirrors. Another backdrop area there. So, yep, this is my desk space. As you can see, sitting here watching YouTube today, taking a break for a minute, and thought, hey, let's record a studio tour. Multiple stands. I have 6 AD200 Pro lights that I use for lighting here and out on location. And then back here, hiding behind, there is my assistant. This is actually a mannequin that I borrowed from a friend of mine, and she's letting me use her because she actually has glass eyes, and the glass eyes actually help me see my lighting pattern, and so I can get my catch lights in the eye the way I would want them on the models that I'm working with. Random backdrops, wires, gear, paper backdrops, and all sorts of stuff. So going back through the door, horrible mess in the corner. Don't look at that. Coffee station where I make coffee, and this is just an area back here where people can get ready and everything like that. I try to keep the cooler stocked with water and snacks and things, because sometimes our photo shoots can run a little bit long, and so I try to keep all that nice and stocked up. So we've got an area here where another mirror, and then our restroom is right through there. Yeah, nothing special, just a restroom. Oh yay, cue the cooler kicking on so we can hear that marvelous noise in the microphones. So yeah, this is the studio space. Most of the time in my videos, you'll notice that I'm sitting up here at my desk, and the studio is back behind me. So this is where I'm at and where I do what I do. So I thought it would be kind of cool to walk you guys through it. I purchased this building back in 2012 when it was actually cheaper to buy a building than it was to buy gas. A lot of people don't remember in 2012 that gas was pushing $5 a gallon pretty much everywhere. And at the time, the studio I was working out of, was in Mississippi, and sometimes I would drive down there 7-9 times a week. So it literally became cheaper for me to purchase a building than to keep putting gas in my car. So, of course, that's not really the case anymore now. Gas is low and buildings are really expensive. So, yeah, there's that. Owning a studio space, I have a lot of photographer friends that of course, don't have their own studio space and they think they want one. And I'm going to tell you, it is a double-edged sword having a studio space. Yeah, it's awesome. We can get in here. We can throw paint on stuff. We can make a mess. I'll clean it up later. It gives us a space to safely create and make things, which is really fun. On the other hand, it can become a trap. And what I mean by that is it can become a creative sort of trap to where venturing out of this space becomes more of like, I really don't want to do that. Let's just recreate it. Let's do that here sort of thing. I've been very careful to try not to fall into that specific trap and try to make it to where, especially using the lighting that I use, the 8200 Pros are all battery powered and wireless. So I can snatch these lights up and go out with the same studio lighting on location that I would use right here in the building. That's a huge bonus for me. Those are very underrated lights. I like them. It's not going to be a gear review. Yeah, I've got past videos where I talked about the 8200 Pros, or just the 8200s. I'll be honest with you. Pro, normal, you're going to save money. Not a big deal. Which one of those lights you use. I just love them. And of course, now I've got my key light where I've got two of them ganged together. So effectively it's 400 watts second. That's nice. But I digress. Studio space. Yeah, it's nice to have. Used to, I would shoot 80% on location, 20% in studio. For some reason, in the last year and a half, that is reversed. I'm now shooting 80% in studio and 20% on location. To be fair, what I'm shooting has changed. I shifted from shooting mainly weddings and high school seniors to doing Comic-Cons and cosplay and now models and singers and actors. So my context of my shooting has changed. So I think it kind of made sense, the shift from one location to another. However, I'm looking to definitely shoot more out on location here soon because I've become aware of this, and sitting here talking to you guys about it, which, by the way, thank you so much for watching the video. If you've suffered through it this far, thank you for being here. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing to the channel. That has really encouraged me to just kind of keep going with this and bringing you guys more information. Hopefully it's helpful. At the least, I hope it's entertaining. I am enjoying actually bringing it to you. So, studio spaces, yeah, they're great. What's great about this one, I'm lucky enough that I was able to purchase it, so I'm not paying rent every month. If I had to rent a space every month, pay rent every month, I do not think I would have a studio. I just really honestly don't see why it would be worth it, unless maybe if I was in a bigger area where studio space and specific types of photography, like headshots and everything, were really, really steady, and I knew that monthly bill was going to get met. It's not that steady. So, you're going to have months where you're really, really busy. Like for me, June and October and November are usually really busy. January, I may be sitting around staring at the walls. So if I knew January, I'm going to have some big monthly bill come due for my space, that would be a problem. So looking into actually owning a space, if possible, I think is the best route if you're looking at becoming a studio photographer. And to be honest, you don't need it. You don't. As nice as it is not a necessity. To be honest, the world is your studio. So get out there and shoot in it. Thanks for joining me here today, guys. I hope you found this helpful or entertaining or both. I'll see you guys on the next one.